Hello artists, this is part 3 of paper weaving. So what you're going to need today is to have your painted paper that is dry. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need the paper strips that you cut out in part 1 of the video. You need 9. You're going to need a pencil and a ruler or some type of straight edge paper strip. Okay, and glue as well. All right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to turn your painted paper over on the back side, and you're going to fold it in half. Okay, I'm going to line up my edges on one side, press down, and then the other side I'm going to crease it so it's folded in half. And then I'd like you to have the open area facing up to the top. Then you're going to take your ruler or straight edge, either one is fine. And you're going to, at the opening where it opens at the top, you're going to take the ruler and you're going to line up the ruler with the top edge, press down, and draw a straight line across, like that. Okay, so that's at the opening. Then you're going to take your ruler, you're going to line it up in the, below that line you just drew, you're going to line it up with the left side of your folded paper and press down. And I'm going to draw a line to the bottom. And then I'm going to slide that ruler over to that pencil line so this part lines up with the edge. And draw another line. And I'm going to keep doing that. So I'm going to slide the ruler over to this line, press down, and draw all the way down. So I'm going to do that across my paper. Now feel free to pause this part of the video if I'm going too fast. Okay. Now if you have like a thicker area at the end, you don't want to have like a line like that. Like if I had a bigger space, you want it to be on the thicker end, thicker thickness on your edge. Okay, so now I'm going to put my pencil down and the ruler. I'm going to take my scissors out. And this is very important that you are cutting on the folded part. Okay, so I'm going to cut those lines, but I'm going to stop at this horizontal line. So my vertical lines I'm cutting only. You do not want to go across that horizontal line. Okay. Now there are a few terms in weaving that you need to know. And they all start with the letter W. Weaving starts with W, and the two terms I'm going to teach you start with W. So now I've finished. I've created my loom, my paper loom, and the vertical lines, these parts that I created are called warp lines, W-A-R-P. And the paper strips that I'm going to be weaving through the warp lines are called weft lines, W-E-F-T, rhymes with the word left, and you are weaving right to left. So that's how I typically remember what those terms are. So in the first weaving example, I used 4 different colors repeating. You can use how many ever colors you like. I'm going to use 2 just so I reinforce the pattern that you're learning. So I'm going to take my paper and turn it sideways now. I'm going to start with my pink. And it's an A-B pattern. So I'm going to take the pink, I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And I'm going to slide it over. Now the next color is my B pattern, part of the pattern is opposite to this pink. So I don't want to be having the 2 paper strips colors ever touching, okay? So the turquoise is going to go under, opposite to what the pink did. So the pink started with over, the turquoise is starting with under. So I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, and slide it over, okay? So now when I go back to pink next, I'm going to copy what the pink started off as. So the pink started with over, I'm going to start over. So it goes A row, B row, A row. So that's where the A-B pattern comes in. So I'm following along with the pink, so they're the same. Okay, slide it over. Then I'm going to go to turquoise, which is going to be the B. So it started with under. I'm going to start with under. Now, if you make a mistake, like I'm going to go over here. You know you have a mistake because the paper strips should never be next to each other. Think of it like a checkerboard. So these two colors shouldn't touch. So I'm going to take it out and start over. So I'm going to go under, over, under, over. And I know I'm going fast. You can pause if you need to. Take your time. Okay? So then I'm going to continue over, under, back to A pattern. And notice I'm sliding my paper strips so it lines up right next to, so it's like snug right next to the one before it. That makes a good weaving. You don't want it loose, you want them really close together. So now turquoise, starting under, over, okay, you're going to keep going. The last row is going to be your trickiest. Now, if you do a paper weaving well, you won't need the glue. But if you want to reinforce your weaving, you can seal it with the glue. I'm on my 8th strip. I told you you'd need 9. So I'm going to slide this over. I have room for the one more. Just be careful you're not ripping those ends as you push it through. Okay. Really gently sliding that through. Oh, I think I ripped it a little. That's okay. I could tape it, glue it. Okay. So now I am done. If you look at this one, I know I used 4 colors, but I still followed that A-B pattern. So it's A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A. And then when you're done, you can glue it or not. But if you do glue, you're only gluing glue on the ends. So you'd glue the ends on this side, you'd glue the ends on this side, then you'd turn it over and glue the ends on both sides. So in a nutshell, the lines that were vertical are called warp lines, your weaving strips are weft lines, and this is your paper weaving. And this concludes our paper weaving lesson. See you soon.